face is good for the world. Well, we're just out for a little cruise after supper. You may notice this van looks different than the other one. I'm closer, I think.
Yeah, you are.
Okay. It's probably quieter. For those of you who've commented in the past, I know that the van was noisier, the older van. Well, kind of funny how it worked out. The older van, it was not too bad. We just had to rebuild the transmission in it not too long ago, so that was all good on it. It needed some minor work. It needed some calipers on the back brakes, and there was an oil leak in it. I believe it might have been on the valve cover gasket, no big deal. But it needed some body work. But, you know, it was an older van, and we'd only really originally bought a full size because we thought we were going to be moving to Northern Ontario, and we were going to be needing to haul a bigger trailer. And and the car we had, of course, wasn't big enough to fit all the car seats anymore. So it just came up in the paper. It was $1,200 certified, and the guy said he'd hold payments on it. So I didn't think twice about it. And I'd love to say it was a good van. I think Dodge is pretty good overall myself. I'm a Dodge guy, but you know, but that thing there, of course, you know, it did need a lot of work when you think about it. Boy, I could probably make a pretty big list actually, but a lot of major work. So anyways, I'm keeping it as a cargo van for now. I'm going to pull the seats out. So we're driving a new one, new to us. What we got here? It's a 96 Aerostar. This is the extended. It's got the four-wheel drive on it. Now, funny thing, when I pulled into the lot, this van and another one just like it, only it was the short version. They were there, must have been even last fall, I think they were both sitting there. I both looked at them. And this one, I think he was wanting $4,500 for. And the shorter one, he wanted $2,700 for, and that was safety. This is a 96, the other's a 94. And it had a 3-liter, just two-wheel drive. Well, as I walked up, I saw they were both back, and I was surprised, because sometimes he has another lot, and he'll switch them up, you know, just to keep them fresh or whatever on the lot. And this one was marked down to $2,500, and the other was $1,750, your best offer. So I'm starting a new career, and for that I need a reasonable vehicle. Not one like the redneck Ranger that's going to scare people. So anyway, well, that was the reason I was fixing up my Ranger actually, because I needed something reasonable on gas. But instead of fixing my Ranger and then finishing our other van, because I was going to do a body job on it, I just figured it's time for newer ones. We're not really going north right now, so we don't need to be pulling any big trailer. So that's how we ended up with these two, and I'll tell you, they're like practically in mid condition. This has only got 138,000 kilometers on it, which, I don't know, miles, how does that translate? 70,000 miles, I guess, something like that. And they're really clean inside and out. And they came, you know, certified, undercoat, free undercoating came with it. This one has a set of winter tires with it. So I got them both, taxes, everything, lock, stock, and barrel for $5,000. And although that was a little more than I originally planned on forking out for vehicles, I said to my wife, what do you want to bet? Somewhere around December and January, when we don't have any money, that's when the other van's going to break again. And then this oil leak, you know, it should have been fixed because it was smoking and that and everything. It kind of freaked my wife out. One day I shut the van off, I went in the store and smoke started spewing underneath it. Not a lot, but just enough to make her nervous. So for those of you who've had old beaters, you know the kind that when you have a stranger, they actually get nervous because they're hearing weird noises, stuff that you're used to. Anyways, I like it. This is a great van. I mean, they're really roomy for a minivan. I was never one for minivans. I always liked the bigger ones. But this one and the Chevy Astrovan were the two I had considered because they're rear-wheel drive, a little bigger, heavier chassis on them. I'm not sure about the mileage. You know, I heard that the four-wheel drive 4-liter on these weren't overly good, but I'll tell you, it can't be any worse than the van I had. No, it only had a 6-cylinder in it. I mean, really, for a full-size van, it wasn't too bad. The other one, anyways, is the one I'll be using for my business. I'm assuming with a 3-liter, it won't be too bad on gas. Anything I looked up, anyway, said it was pretty good for mileage. And lots of room for if I have to ever drive anybody or whatever. So I guess, I know, I've been asked this question already, and some of you are wondering. Because I mentioned this new career, and what is it? Okay, well, Actually, I have no problem saying what it is, but I guess the only thing about it is I do feel kind of strange doing it, given the present situation around here. But anyways, I'm going through to be a sales rep. And I know a lot of my American friends are probably like, are you nuts? Well, yeah, I am a little bit nuts, but the point is, there's certain reasons why I'm getting into it. The way I look at it, with the economy the way it is, and I did do some research, this wasn't a hasty decision. I spoke with a local broker that I deal with, and also this was something that my wife and I considered trying a number of years ago now. I wanted to get out of manufacturing then, because I was sick of getting laid off. Nothing changed after 7 years. So this time was the last straw. I've been laid off for the last time in a factory, that's it. They're not going to lay me off again. And I've done a lot of different jobs. I've worked for agriculture, construction, not really into the whole construction thing. It never really worked out for me. I don't really enjoy it. And it's variable too. It is subject to layoffs. Agriculture isn't bad. I don't mind, but the pay's really low, and you do a lot of hard work. And you know, I said to my wife, if I've ever been hurt on a job, it was always in agriculture. So, anyways, yeah, so I'm going to try sales rep. A little different pace. A little more business oriented, which I like. And sales are still reasonable. Now, having said that, I know I just did a video about it. There are some things I am concerned about, though. I mean, we've got reduced signs all over the place, record low interest rates, and no buyers. And well, there was buyers, like what, 2 even 3 weeks ago. It was still busy. It was actually going very well. Reduced doesn't always mean they're not selling. It just means that the prices are coming down. Now, in our local area where we are, I spoke with a broker, and prices, yes, they're going to come down. But as long as real estate keeps moving, I have a job. And, you know, we have some other means, too, that we use. So it's not like my whole living is subject to this, you know. And, too, like, I don't mind working part-time a little bit to make ends meet as well. Now, if the whole economy gets to the point where it's that bad that we're not moving houses here, the truth of it is, I'm not going to be working in construction either, you know, and for that matter, or
retail,
or Walmart, you know, really. So, I was supposed to go down there. I'll go down the next one. So I just basically said, you know, at my age now, it's time to get something where if I'm going to have to learn and get trained, something that I can stick with. And a lot of other stuff, as most people know, college, you know, you're looking at 2 years. And that's just 2 years of pure education I don't got money for or time for. Sales rep is a learn as you go. There are some courses you need to take ahead of time, and I've already done part 1. I'm waiting on the results for my test, but once you get past a few courses, and the price, the cost isn't really that bad. I mean, to get started, the education cost is very menial compared to like going to actual college for 2 years or university or whatever. And if I was to try to do an apprenticeship, because of course I'm mechanically inclined, we've discussed that. When I was young, all I wanted to be was an auto mechanic. Actually, that's all I lived and breathed was auto mechanics. But long story, I got talked out of it, and never really got back into it until I started buying vehicles again. But a lot has changed on them since I was in it. But you know, you're looking at a 5-year apprenticeship, and it's really hard to get started. I have one friend that started apprenticeship, and he was lucky because his cousin just decided to take him on. And anything else like plumber, electrician, you know, the wages you get your first year really aren't much better than minimum wage. Now, one plumber did say, because I have experience, he said he would consider that, you know, take me as sort of like a second-year rate, you know, because I'm older. And because I admit, the new guys don't even know how to. They don't even seriously know. One guy said they don't even know what a screwdriver, like what type it is when they say Phillips or whatever. Now I told the guy, man, that means I've got some bad habits along the way too. But anyways,